Hi there, everyone. I'm Stephanie Haney. Today's Tuesday, February 1st. Thank you for being here for 3 News Now, your top stories from WKYC.com and our WKYC app. And if you have been paying attention to what's going on WKYC.com and the WKYC app and on social media and on TV here in the area, you know we got a big storm coming. Yes, indeed we do. We've got a high-impact winter storm coming. We have a timeline for what you can expect. That's on WKYC.com and the WKYC app because, you know, for several days now, we have been hearing from our 3 News meteorology team that something big is definitely coming. There will be heavy snow and ice concerns. It will pack quite a punch across Northeast Ohio from Wednesday into Friday morning, and we are breaking down everything you need to know about the incoming weather system, from school closing expectations to traffic preparations, things that you need to know about how to prepare in case of a situation where you're out of power, and all of that kinds of stuff. 3 News meteorologist Chief Betsy Kling has been telling everyone, don't focus on the numbers here. She says that there are numbers that are just going to change. They're going to change as the information comes in. She says we have to focus on the impacts. No matter if you get 10 inches of snow or you get a third of an inch of snow, you're going to have huge impacts here in Northeast Ohio. And if you follow Betsy on social media, which you absolutely should, because not only is she always sharing great content, she does it with a certain Betsy Kling style. She introduced the Betsy Kling impact meter, and it goes from dinger to damn. And we are in the damn category, she says. That's between an 8 and a 9. So it's going to be serious. So let's talk about the winter storm warnings that are already activated ahead of this storm coming in. Now remember, here's a little terminology refresher for you. A watch means you should prepare for the possibility. A warning means you should act right then because severe weather is occurring. So we already have winter storm warnings that have been issued. They're not in effect yet, but they have been issued from 7 p.m. Wednesday to 7 a.m. Friday. So that means starting at 7 p.m. on Wednesday, that's when we're in the situation where severe weather is occurring. That's when you should act. So that is for Cuyahoga, Erie, Huron, Lake, and Lorain counties. Earlier on Wednesday, that warning goes into effect for Ottawa, Sandusky, and Seneca counties. It goes into effect 7 a.m. for those 3 counties. Again, here in Cuyahoga, Erie, Huron, Lake, and Lorain, that doesn't go into effect until 7 p.m. So 12 more hours here in those 5 counties I just said where we're not yet in that situation where the severe weather is occurring. So let's take a look at the forecast as told to us by our 3 News chief meteorologist Betsy Kling. On Wednesday, there will be warm air in place. So the storm will start with rainy conditions. That'll be across all of Northeast Ohio. It's going to make a slushy, wet mess, she says. Drains will be blocked. The water will not have anywhere to go. So that's where we're talking about widespread standing water. Not such a big deal if it's a day like today and you're standing outside. Of course, there are elements of it that are always a big deal. But today, if you look outside today, if you walk outside today, it feels quite nice out. It doesn't feel that cold. At least my little corner here of Cleveland doesn't feel that cold. But there will be the transition from snow, from that slush to snow. That'll be Wednesday night into Thursday morning. She said western areas will get that snow first. In Toledo, they are expecting a lot of snow, more snow than we'll get here. Then she said Thursday. Thursday is going to be very difficult in northern Ohio. She says counties in the north will be hit with heavy snow, and in the south, there will be ice concerns. She said by Thursday morning, we've got heavy snow coming down around the lake shore, that weird icy mix up farther south, and we're going to stay in that situation all day on Thursday. So plan for that stuff coming down all day on Thursday. She says Friday, the winter storm will move out in the morning, but it will be bitterly cold temperatures. Highs on Fridays are only expected to be in the teens. Lows, with lows into Saturday morning dipping down to those single digits. So you're going to want to pay attention to those entire next couple of days, that span. That's from our 3 News chief meteorologist, Betsy Kling. Now, as you are preparing for the winter storm, here are some tips from FirstEnergy for customers so that you don't get caught off guard. They say keep your refrigerator and your freezer closed to preserve food for as long as possible. That's if you have a power outage. Think about buying bags of ice and putting them inside if you have perishable food. Also, they say consider keeping an emergency kit on hand with like a flashlight, a first aid kit, batteries, bottled water, a cell phone and a car charger, and a battery-powered radio. Also, you might want to turn off and unplug sensitive electrical devices so they don't get hit with a power surge. So this isn't the time to leave everything plugged in even if you're not using it. This is the time to maybe unplug those devices. Also, there's an email and a text message alert notification system that you can subscribe to. We do have that linked on WKYC.com, and we also have the real-time outage page, which is through FirstEnergy. That's linked on WKYC.com. Here's another tip. Never operate a generator inside the home because exhaust from that generator can give you high levels of CO, carbon monoxide gas, that can be dangerous, of course, or fatal if you're inhaling that. Don't use candles around pets or small children. Don't leave burning candles unattended, but do include candles in that emergency kit. And if you do experience a power outage, you can call 1-888-LIGHTS with 2 S's. Or you can click on the report outage link on FirstEnergy's website. We do, again, have that linked on WKYC.com. All right, now let's talk about the traffic situation. Ohio Governor Mike DeWine says, don't drive if you don't need to over the next couple of days. Avoid those unnecessary trips. Here's what he said. He said, we're encouraging Ohioans to avoid any unnecessary trips during the storm to help give all of our road crews room to work. For those of you who must travel, please be safe and take it slow, giving yourself plenty of time to get to your destination. And the Ohio Department of Transportation is echoing that. They say travel is going to be tough in this high-impact winter storm here in Northeast Ohio. Amanda McFarland is the Northeast Ohio Public Information Officer with ODOT. She said right now they're waiting on the forecast to firm up a little bit, but their plan is always to have crews out before, during, and after the storm. But that before plan might change. Here's the kicker. If it's raining, that will wash away any pre-treatment that ODOT does to the roads, making that kind of a moot point, making it not actually helpful. ODOT Director Jack Marchbank says even with crews out in full force, though, roads will likely be snow and ice covered. It will take longer to travel, so be prepared for that. Once the storm moves out, the crews will make progress and get traffic moving at regular speed as quickly as they possibly can. Their goal is this: to have the average traffic speed on primary roads back to within 10 miles per hour of the posted speed limit within 2 hours of the storm ending. That's of the storm ending, okay? Remember, and from what we've heard from our weather team here, it's not really going to end until Friday morning. Now, for secondary routes, that goal is 4 hours. Here in Cleveland, this will be another test for new Mayor Justin Bibb's plan for the snow removal and the ice removal and planning for that here in the city. So everyone will be keeping a close eye on that. Now, as you know, we always keep a close eye on those COVID-19 numbers, and we have a new case number to report for today. Today, 6,498 new COVID-19 cases. And our positivity rate is at 21.3%. That's for all of the COVID-19 tests that we know about that are being done, okay? Those 21.3% of those coming back positive. Right now, the total number of confirmed and probable deaths is at 33,637. The total number of people in the hospital being treated for COVID under 4,000, it's at 3,968. And out of those people, 768 of them are being treated in the ICU. Switching gears here now, let's talk about the Cleveland Cavaliers, who came back for what some would call an ugly win against the Pelicans. That was without star point guard Darius Garland. So right now their record is 31-20. They're not just in the playoff picture. They are a top contender for home court advantage in the first round of the playoffs. And they have the easiest schedule in the NBA for the remainder of the season. So, possible they could be one of the top seeds in the Eastern Conference. Not far-fetched, but there are some things that they need to do. Our 3 News sports analyst, Ben Axelrod, breaks down 3 things that they need to do to head into a strong postseason position. One of those things, he says, more shooting. An NBA team can never have too much shooting. And for the Cavs, their 3-point shooting percentage is 35% on the season. So they're really in the middle of the pack there. And it could definitely be improved, but they could also improve frequency of those 3-point attempts. They're currently ranked 21st in the NBA for taking those shots. You know what they say, you miss 100% of the shots that you don't take. That's not a quote from me. I don't know who said that for the first time, but everybody's heard that quote, right? So Ben is saying if they add a dangerous outside shooter to the lineup, that could create more room for Garland to operate and improve his play both on and off the dribble. for 2 more things that the Cavs could do to improve their postseason performance. Head to WKYC.com and read that article from Ben Axelrod. And if you have been watching The Bachelor, it was yet another episode of the Shanae Show yesterday. She's from Ohio. She's from Sycamore, Ohio. That's about 3 hours southwest here of Cleveland. And the drama just continues for her. She was kept on the show, and a woman that she has not been getting along with, Elizabeth Corrigan, she was sent home by The Bachelor Clayton. But today, The Bachelor tweeted saying that if he had known that Shanae was, what he said was making fun of her for being neurodivergent, that he would have sent her home right away. Now, what's interesting about this timing is he's talking about something that we saw in episode 2, and we are now at episode 4 in the season. It's been 3 weeks since that happened because there was a week with no show that aired. So interesting timing from this for sure, as we do see Elizabeth go home and we see some of the other women seemingly trying to tell Clayton that they do not like Shanae's character. It's been a very interesting she said scenario with some not great looks coming from Shanae. Maybe that's editing, maybe that's producers, maybe that's Shanae giving them a lot to work with. She certainly seems to be having a good time with it on social media. Check that out. That recap is on WKYC.com. We'll see what happens next week. Next week, it looks like she goes on a 2-on-1 date, which means only one of those women continues. One person will go home. And we did get to learn more finally about Rachel Rakia. She is also an Ohio person. She's a recent graduate of Ohio University, OU. Oh yeah, go Bobcats. She's a pilot, and she finally got a 1-on-1 date with Clayton. It was a very sweet date. He gave her the rose. So we'll get to see more of Rachel. One more thing to let you know before we go. I told you about Betsy Kling's impact meter that she posted on Sunday and how it goes from dinger to dandy to doozy to damn. Well, Pav's ice cream has released a new limited time flavor, and it's called Damn. It's vanilla ice cream, and it's blended with chopped Hostess's snowballs. It will be available today through Saturday. So you can go ahead and get that now. Betsy thought that was cool. She commented on it. I saw, she said, "This is pretty awesome. What an honor. Save me 1 or 5. So you better go get your damn ice cream today, not only because the winter weather is coming, but because Betsy might beat you there and she might get it all. Check that out if you want to take a look at it on WKYC.com. Remember, on Betsy's Index, we're looking at, if you prefer the scale from 0 to 10, about a 9 for the impact of this wintry weather coming our way. And if it does, and if you're in an area that's seeing some impact, we would love for you safely to share your videos and your photos with us. We've got a new video explaining how to do it on WKYC.com. Here's a quick rundown. You can use the WKYC app. Just use that Near Me feature. Super easy to do. You can text us 216-344-3300, or you can use hashtag 3weather when you're posting online, and we will see your posts that way. All right, that's it for your 3 News Now update today, everyone. Stay safe out there. Get your running done. Maybe get to that grocery store today, and I will see you back here tomorrow with more 3 News Now.